Hi everybody, hope you're okay, hope you're well. As always, this is a quick post onto Facebook Live firstly, and then I'll upload it onto our other platforms a little bit later on. We're going to focus on some stuff as far as the abs are concerned today, so as far as our stomach is concerned, okay? So our trunk region, some rotational movements within there. All of this is done sat down, okay? So everything you're going to do in a seated position for me. If you want to utilize some weight, then get yourself a tin of beans, get yourself a bottle of water, get yourself a bottle of milk or an old milk bottle filled with water. Remember, as I've said all along, I've been using 4-pint water bottles for you as I've been doing this, and a 4-pint water bottle filled with water to where you can see is roughly 2.5 kilos. Okay, it's about a couple of little marks off, if that. So it is roughly about 2.5 kilos, probably 2.45. Okay. So you're going to have done a warm-up firstly. Make sure you've done a warm-up. So this goes on after you've done your warm-up, after you've done your cardiovascular if you want to, and before you do a cool-down. All right? You don't do this on its own. You do it with either a warm-up and cardiovascular or a warm-up. And you always do a cool-down afterwards. Yeah? Okay. Make sure your space is clear. Make sure there's nothing around. Make sure you've got some drink available. If you feel at all unwell while you're doing this, then stop. Just keep your feet moving a little. Wiggle those toes for me. All right? And work at your own pace. All right, okay, so here we go. So first what we're going to do, we're going to bring ourselves into a seated position. So if you're coming down into a chair from standing, make sure you can feel the chair behind you, lower yourself down in a controlled manner and hip walk to the front third of the chair for me. All right, from there, we're going to use our hands on the chair, we're going to lean back, try not to lean onto the chair if you can, and hold yourself here. Take the legs out, and I'm going to bring them into the chest and push away. All right, so that's our move. Let me show you from front on. I'm here, I'm leaning back into the chair, my feet are down to start off with, and then I'm going to bring them in and push them away, trying not to put them back down onto the floor. All right, so have a go with that if you feel comfortable with it. What you're going to do for me is around about 8, have a little break, and then we'll do 8 again. So in our seated position, sitting back. If you have to lean onto the back of the chair, do, but if you can do it without leaning onto the back of the chair, that's great. Feet out in front. If you can keep the feet off the floor as you come back down, fantastic. If you need to pop them down, okay? So we're working into our legs, we're working into our abs. A couple more. Brilliant job. And then have a little rest there. Have a little march out of those legs just to loosen those off. As I say, I'll load this up onto the platforms afterwards. Your 4-pint bottle. Okay, so what we're going to do, feet down onto the floor, we're going to twist to the side, back in and other way. Now, keep yourself sat down with your bottom in contact with the chair the whole time. All right, and you want the weight to stay even across those buttocks as you twist. So you're making sure you're isolating it all into the upper body. All right, once you've done 8 on each side, hold it there, pop your weight down, have a little relax, have a little slump. Okay, once you've done that, bring yourself back up into a seated position. Now this last one you're not going to be able to see very clearly. All right, so I'm going to come in so you can see standing up. If I put my hand onto my tummy there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the belly button in towards the base of my spine. I'm going to hold it there for around about 20 to 30 seconds if we can. All right, so we draw it in, see how my stomach comes away. Yep, I haven't moved my hand honestly, but I can still talk, so I'm not holding my breath. Just drawing it in. You can take it a little bit further if you can. Imagine you're trying to get your belly button to touch the back, touch the base of your spine. Okay, that's it, that's it. And release. And do that again one more time. So again, you're drawing it in, holding it there for about 30 seconds if you can, and then releasing it out. Great job. Okay, so there's your 3 exercises. So your first one, sitting on your chair, leaning back, bringing the knees in, extending them away. If they need to touch the floor, let them touch the floor. If they don't, if you can keep them close to the floor but not touching, fantastic. Your second one, so that one is like a reverse curl. Your second one is a bit of a Russian twist. So sat down on the chair, And I want you to sit on the chair so we can really focus on isolating these hips, because otherwise what happens is we turn like this and we lose the momentum into our abs. If we sat down, we can isolate it, and we're here. So what I really want, if I show you standing, look, in a standing position, my hips don't move, it's just my upper body that moves. And that's what's going to isolate into our trunk and into our core. Yeah? And then your third move is that bit like a standing plank sort of thing. So you're drawing the abs in to the base of the spine and you're holding them. I want you to do that 3 times through. Yeah, give yourself a little break in between the sets of 3. So you do 1 of your reverse curls, 1 of your Russian twists, and 1 of your standing or seated plank. Have about a 30-second little breather, and then do it again. All right. Your first 2, your reverse curl and your Russian twist, you're going to do 8 on each side, and your last one you're going to do 2 lots of 30 seconds or up to 30 seconds if you can. Have a little breather and then do it again. Have a little breather and do it again if you can. All right. Now, as I said right at the very start, you must have done your warm-up before you do this. Okay, you've either done your warm-up and your cardiovascular that you can find online before you do this, or you've done a warm-up and then you can do this. And whichever way around you do it, you must do a cool down at the end as well. Okay, that's me for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me have your comments, let me have your feedback, let me have any requests or any questions you've got, and I'll see you real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.